Is it really a marriage if you and your husband are not arguing?
Can't keep going back to what I used to know.
So a little birdie on the street told me that y'all want to get married. So let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly of marriage. You want to get married, the first thing to be aware of is that you will argue. Is it really a marriage if you and your husband are not arguing? There has to be a sprinkle of a little bit of miscommunication. If there's not, you're doing marriage wrong. He says one thing, you receive it wrong, and you guys spend hours going back and forth about who's right, who's wrong. If that's not marriage, then I don't know what it is. So if you really want to get married, be prepared for those moments. Be prepared that try to prove that what you said wasn't meant to be offensive, but it still offended them. The next thing I will say is, if you really want to get married, come here. Let me tell you a secret. Be prepared to not agree on everything. I think this one will make you really successful. I believe the true sign of a healthy relationship is when you can't agree on what food to eat, what restaurant to go to, and what temperature the house should be on. When you guys cannot agree on that, that is a sign that you are in a healthy relationship. Oh, and there's one more thing. Be prepared. When kids get thrown in the mix, y'all gonna try to figure out who's gonna change a diaper. And some days you're gonna pretend that you don't hear the baby crying. And that's all part of it. If that happens to you in your household, when you guys decide to come into holy matrimony, know that this is a sign that you're doing marriage well. The next thing, this is a good one. This is a really good one. I actually want you to take notes for this. So I'm gonna give you a second to go grab your notebook and your pen and come back. That was me giving you the second. If you do not plan movie nights and the person who planned the movie night does not fall asleep, are you really doing this marriage thing right? If you have movie nights and date nights and the person that planned the date night takes hours and hours to get ready, you guys are mad at each other because you missed your reservation, that is a great sign that you're on the right track. Since you're on the right track, the next thing I would say that will get you to be the woman, the wife, is to make sure your husband can read your mind. If he knows what you're thinking, he should be able to understand why you're upset without you communicating it. Girl, you got it. That is the perfect way to determine that you're doing this thing well. If you haven't spoken to him all day and he hasn't asked you why you're upset, girl, I'm telling you, this is the secret sauce to the marriage handbook. And lastly, be prepared to change your partner, to get upset when they don't want to get out of their comfort zone, when they don't want to do what you want them to do, when you guys can't fully agree on certain perspectives because of different backgrounds and different upbringings. Be prepared to want them to be exactly like you and think exactly like you. If you ever catch yourself thinking, man, who did I marry? Man, is this the right person for me? Clear green flag that you have married well. Because why would you guys have different perspectives? Why would they see something differently than you? If you catch yourself thinking any of those things, sis, start a marriage club. All jokes aside, I really wanted to make this video fun. And we all know that marriage is not perfect. And that's the beautiful thing about God bringing two people who are imperfect together and creating something that they both can learn and grow from. A lot of times we have these high expectations of marriage and how our partner should be and how they should show up. And if they don't show up that way, then we question if we are meant to be together. Marriage is work and it's hard work. And sometimes there will be moments where you question if you even want to do the hard work. And I think that is a good thing because it's showing you that God is doing something in you that you don't like. And anytime God wants to pull some things out of us, it's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a fight. You and your husband having disagreements and not always seeing things the same way is fine. As long as you guys are both willing to grow and do the work and really just see each other for what it is and not trying to change each other, I really believe that marriage can be successful. I'm still growing and I'm still figuring it out. I still don't have it all down packed. So I don't make this video to come off like I have it all together because I don't. Sometimes there's moments where I can look back and I know that I overreacted in a situation or I said something I didn't need to say, but I was so emotional about whatever happened that I was triggered. And sometimes you'll be triggered. You'll be triggered in marriage. Hard things isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes hard is teaching us more about ourselves or is exposing a blind spot that we didn't really see. As you guys are preparing, whether you're going into marriage, whether you are in marriage, Remember this, there is no problem or situation that God cannot fix. And I know that you may be in the thick of it, or you may just not have hope for the marriage, whether you're in it or even right now, because we already know that when it comes to preparing for marriage, there's all these other crazy things that happen. There's nothing that God cannot do. And if you trust in him and you lean on him for wisdom, he will really give you the guidance on how to succeed. And it's not going to look perfect and it's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it when you guys are figuring it out and realizing that you have both grown in such different ways. And that means you may not always love the answer. You may not always feel love. You may not always want to show your love, but that doesn't change the circumstance. Feelings are circumstantial. You don't need to feel love all the time to want to do marriage. You don't need to feel love all the time to say that you're going to choose your partner every single day. So I'll say this, I am still learning in marriage. I am not perfect. I am still growing. There has been moments where I have to learn how to let my husband lead and also be gracious to myself. But all in all, I'm still a work in progress. And I think I will still continue to be a work in progress until Jesus decides to take me out or he cracks the sky. But regardless of what it is, I think that's the beauty of evolving with your partner and growing together. That you guys will have ups and downs, different seasons. Do your best to go at your pace. Do your best to write your own narrative. Do your best not to compare. And do your best to trust and make God your main source and anchor for wisdom. So my question to you is, if you're planning to get married or you're already married, what is something that you're looking forward to in marriage? And if you're already married, what is something that you enjoy in marriage? Thank you so much for this video. I hope that it really blessed you. I hope it made you laugh. And I hope that it encouraged you to keep doing marriage well. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share with your friends, tell them that your girl's back, okay? And I'm coming with the tea. And I'm coming with the, I don't even know what this is. I don't know what this is. But now it's like a dance. Like always, don't forget to shine your light while honoring the process, and I'll see you guys in my next video.
Going back to what I used to know, but please hold my